End times are upon us, and we need to know what's happening. Knowing the truth is key to survival. There are lots of news events going on in the world that have certain significance to end-time happenings. Listen, as men and women gather to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy on the last 7 days. Uploaded as a podcast Wednesdays and run live every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central on GJRB. Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radio Land. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radio Land.
We all run a busy schedule, and maybe we don't have time to catch the Gary Russen program. Well, here's the solution. The best of the Gary Russen program, highlighting the most memorable parts of recent shows. Each podcast I will play clips of previous shows and talk about them. Watch for podcast uploads during the GJRB's podcast weekend on GJRB's public site on Spreaker, reflecting on the past memories of past shows. The best of the Gary Russen program on GJRB.
Suicide's increasing among the youth, and many of them playing suicide games. This has to stop. Parents, watch your kids, and if you feel there's something going on and they are considering suicide, please talk to them, help them. And if it seems hopeless, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That number is 1-800-273-8255. They can help. It's free and confidential. Your call will be answered by a trained counselor in a local crisis center. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline can help.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I did the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
The weird, the strange, the bizarre. Way out front, way out there. Another show coming soon on GJRB Online. You hear great jazz on GJRB with the best of jazz, up-and-coming jazz, and smooth afternoon.
If you can't get enough of jazz and you live in the Quad Cities area, tune in to KALA, St. Ambrose University in Davenport, Iowa, at 88.5 on the FM dial. Along with some of that great smooth jazz, you'll hear a lot of great jazz programming.
And programming in other great music formats.
Like blues, urban, including rap. Also classic R&B and Motown with David Baker on Rewind, Friday nights at 6 p.m. Central. In addition, you get programming in Spanish and some great gospel programming too. For more information on that great programming you'll hear, check out their schedule at www.sau.edu/KALA. Even if you don't live in the Quad Cities area, you can enjoy KALA anywhere in the world with their internet stream. Connect with KALA. Listen and enjoy.
And the Thundering Herd with a great version of the 1960s hit record by The Doors, Light My Fire. Kind of a jazzy version of that song. I kind of like it. It's really cool. I like that piece of music. It is great. Welcome back to the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online, and I'm checking things out here. Looks like my other mixer does not is dying again. I don't know. I think those batteries about had it. Those rechargeables. I had them in there for like about 2 days, and they're still dying. So I don't know. Might have to get another set of AA batteries for that. And I'm looking around for a cord for it. At least I need a 6 volt adapter for that. Because it's I don't know. It needs a 6 volt adapter is what it needs, and I don't know if I can find one. I'm looking around for one, but at this point I don't know if I can get where I can find it. So yeah, universal adapters are hard to find anymore for some reason. I don't know why. I know I'm going to have to go back and look at Walmart, but so far I haven't been lucky in finding something like that. And because I really think that this mixer should be plugged in the wall anyhow, because I use it a lot. I take stuff off of Roku. I take bumper music, and a lot of times I need that other thing. And right now I just would rather do it that way, because it just makes more sense. It really does. I don't know. I'm going to have to see what I can do about trying to get that. But anyway, welcome back to the Gary Russen program. And we're asking the question of all the news events that's happened in 2017. What do you think this year is going to be known for? What is the major news story that's big in 2017? I think also another one, I mean, there's a lot of choices. Kim Jong-un, Ping Jong-un, or whatever his name is, the nut with the all the nuclear warheads, and now he put what did he put on there recently? He put not only the nuclear warhead, he put on a anthrax too. So I mean, this guy's a nut job, serious nut job, and it's like, I mean. When does this stop? I mean, why can't we just stop this man? Why is it so hard to stop this man? I mean, he's evil in all sorts of ways. So why are we continuing to entertain this man? I mean, what's the point? I mean, if I was president, that country would have been gone a long time ago. Because I really think that we're not doing anything about it. And, they showed this stuff. They show them nuking us in a screen. Remember last year, and I had it on this show, and I believe it was the video part of the show, when I showed you that, when we were on the video YouTube, of them nuking us, and the people are cheering. They're jumping up and down. They're excited about this thing. So the North Koreans, they hate us with a passion. And they know nothing better than to do us in. So I think that's a good major story. But I think that the thing that really kind of got people's skin crawling this year had to be the fact that the protesters and all those that wanted to tear down American history, that I think really, really kind of made my blood boil. This whole thing of tearing down American history, and it's really to this day. I mean, them trying to change history by saying, "Oh, we're going to knock down every single one of your American history because they had slaves. They owned slaves. So we're going to knock down every single monument, And really, as I said before, put them in a museum, Do that, but don't destroy American history just because of your racism, folks. really is not necessary, really not worth it. So your opinions are welcome. And, let's see. Let me do weather on the 5. See what's going on and see what's happening across the nation as we're doing weather on the 5s. Let's take a look at some temperatures across the nation right now. 64 degrees and balmy in Tampa, Florida right now. 13 degrees above zero in Boston, Massachusetts. 18 above in Detroit, Michigan. 20 degrees in Pittsburgh. 60 in Colquitt, Oregon. And we'll check other locations throughout the afternoon here on GJRB Online. And wherever you are in your neighborhood, just let me know and send me an email or something, and I will mention your town and your city and your temperature. Just let me know where you are, okay? And I will gladly do that and give you the whole rundown. But we're going to look at Clinton, Iowa right now real quick. Here in our hometown where we're broadcasting from. And right now I'm looking at the radar and I'm looking at outside our studios and it's snow all over. I mean, this map is covered. Light snow right now, and it feels like 10 degrees. It's 16 right now with light snow. And periods of snow will continue with a high of 17 degrees. Winds light and variable with a chance of snow at 90%. We're expecting 1 to 3 inches of snow to fall. And -3 tonight. It's going to be more snow falling. And tonight's low, -3. It's going to be 3 degrees below zero with a 50% chance of precip. Tomorrow, Saturday, only 1 degree. 0% precip. So we're going to get a break from the snow. You're talking about it dissipating. It's going to go away for a while. And -8 for Saturday, cloudy. That's Saturday night. And then Sunday, 5 degrees and sunshine, 10% chance of precipitation. Take a look at your weather in your neck of the woods in the next half hour here on the Gary Russen program at 3:25 Central. We'll take a look at your weather again. Weather on the 5s at 25 and 55 minutes past the hour, every hour, right here on the Gary Russen program.
Whether it's baseball, basketball, hockey, even bowling, it's covered on Gary J's sports page. I'll talk about what's going on in the world of sports all over the USA. We'll read you interesting articles about the players and even keep up with the scores of the games going on live. I'll even have guests from time to time and just talk sports. Better than any newspaper page, it comes alive. Gary J's sports page, alternating Saturdays at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB Online.
Strange things in the sky and around the world. Strange beings sighted. What's going on? All around us, conspiracy theories are being discussed. This is the show all about the strange things that are way out there. I'm Gary Russen, and Way Out There's back with more weird stories of the strange and the bizarre. Keep looking up in the sky and let me know what you see. Way out there. Every third Friday at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB. America's Street Music is back on GJRB. Bluegrass with the Grassgolds, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys, and so much more. So it's time to bring it back. And on more often, it's Bluegrass Jubilee Freestyle with all the great songs you heard before and some new up-and-coming stars with some emerging bluegrass. Also, some all-time gospel favorites too. At a brand new time, every third Saturday at 12 noon Central on GJRB.
GJRB Online.
Still the What's Happening sound.
And you're listening to the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online. It is 3 o'clock Central Time right now, 4 o'clock East, and it is 1 o'clock in the Pacific. And I'm Gary J. Russen, and this is the Gary Russen program. Thank you for tuning in today on our last show for 2017.
From America's Heartland, this is GJRB, Clinton, Iowa.
And thank you for tuning in. GJRB Online on Spreaker, the Gary Russen program. Freestyle Friday. That means that we do news. And this is our GJRB's original news talk program. If there's late breaking news, if there's any news, I report it as soon as it comes in. But on Fridays when we do our freestyle, everything's loose. And we just fly by the seat of my pants, folks. It's just whatever, whenever, whatever, just having a blasted fun here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker, and looking out the window right now. And there is a ash truck out there right now. What is it doing? What the? It's sitting there. It's, I don't know if it's an ash truck. It looks like it looks like a tow truck. No, it looks more like a tow truck. It's been sitting out there for like, I just turned and it's there. I don't know what's going on there. Somebody's car stuck. Oh, boy. All right, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do right now. I'm going to, what we should do, what I usually do, is a scroll through social media. So why don't we just kind of go in there, and that scroll through social media usually starts up our news, late-breaking news, and usually pick up a few things through that, and see some of the audience and some of the people I follow on Facebook and what they're posting. And I've got a few that I did yesterday in conversation back and forth on here, and I'm going to be reading some of that, some really interesting stuff. And I'm going to post that on Facebook right now. I'm trying to get that comment posted on Facebook. I'm going to do that here in a few minutes, but right now I'm going to going into my regular page, and I'll put up my scroll through social media. Okay. Let's see here. Where is it? Well, I'll put that on there too. Let's see. Oh boy, here we go. I want to put that on there too. The other one I want to put on is our regular scroll through social media. So I find it. Sometimes I lose it. Am I in the right place? Yeah, I am. Okay, let me see. There we go. It's not okay. So right now, first off, again, I'm going to welcome you aboard and get you started here, because just thought maybe a good idea to kind of get things rolling in here, and then we'll do our scroll through social media here. I'm going to go in and pull that up. So let me see the jiggle here. Okay. Down here. And get started with a bit of a shoe. Get you going. Let you know that you can't get a hold of me on the show, and you can be on the air with me. That's simple, very simple. You know. Yeah, no. And all you got to do is get on the air with me. Very simple. All you got to do is, right now I got to get my Skype open. I haven't even done that yet. And I'm going to do that right now while I'm thinking about it. And I'm also going to continue that question. What do you think is the biggest news story of 2017? What is this going to be remembered for? What is this year going to be remembered for in news? Is it going to be the collusion with Russia? The fact that they believe that Russia had been responsible for making sure that Donald Trump was president, like some are saying it is. or maybe perhaps some of the FBI guys who are not FBI anymore. I mean, we've had a lot of, since Trump became president, look how many guys he lost in his cabinet. Really. I mean, take a look at it. It's amazing. It just is. It's like, wow. And so we're going to talk about that. And we're going to open up the Skype right now. It's going to be opened. Here we go. Skype is on. And I have, I'm listed as online. So if you want to get on there, it's Gary.Russen. And you can get on. Now, if you follow me on Facebook, you got a direct line right away. If you're on Messenger with me, it's very easy. All you got to do is just call me. The line there, you just, pop it in, and it'll call on there, and I will put you on the air. Matter of fact, I'm going to go back into my Facebook since we're doing a scroll through social media. Yeah.
And now, let's scroll through social media.
I just said that. But anyway, scroll through social media and seeing what all is out there and who is listening to us, and if there's anybody around on the Facebook. We're going to go down the page. A lot of people saddened by the loss of Sally Rogers on the Dick Van Dyke Show, Rosemarie. So we're going to do a little bit on her. Rachel, you're mad at somebody today. What's the matter? Oh boy, she is not happy about something. She's going to have to let me know about that. Anyway, saying hi to my friend Dave Hudasak. Prayers go out. Yeah, I know. It's hard to lose a father. It's hard to lose any parent. It's been 3 years ago since he lost his father, and I'm for you, buddy. I know what it's like. My parents have been gone since the late 80s, and sometimes it's rough at Christmas. It really is. It's rough at Christmas, and I feel for you, man. I know how it feels. Also, today is the day. I'm not sure how accurate that is because they say either today or the 31st. I'm not sure exactly what day it's supposed to be, but KQV, the biggest top 40 station in the Pittsburgh area for a lot of years, my inspiration to do this work, because I used to go into the windows and watch the DJ at KQV, and now that station is going off the air. Believe New Year's Eve, I think. It's supposed to go down. They said today. They said yesterday. They said today. I'm not sure exactly when. But KQV went off the air. And it really is a sad thing. It really is. I wish that they would have maybe... But I don't know. Finances, whatever it was. KQV is off the air. KQV went down, and that was one of the greatest top 40 stations in the Pittsburgh area, and they were the oldest. And I'm kind of wondering if maybe perhaps they probably could have been the first station. Although I'm going to say KDKA, which is the radio station in the Pittsburgh area, KDKA 1020 will always be considered, KDK will always be considered the America's first radio broadcast, first fully licensed broadcast station in America. But when you really think about it, I'm surprised KQV didn't go into a close race with that. Because I think they went on the air in 1919. Or was it 1919 or 1918? I think it was 1918. I'm not sure. It would be 98 years. So I'm thinking maybe almost 100 years ago. So I'm kind of wondering if KQV, why didn't they be considered as the first American radio station? They probably would still be on the air today
had they got that. But, not rewriting the history books, KDKA will always be the first radio station that broadcasts licensed in America, commercially licensed radio station. But KQV could have come in a close second. Now, there was a battle, from what I understand. I've read articles on this. A battle between KDKA in Pittsburgh and WOC in Davenport, Iowa, for being the first station, too. There was a... WOC was claiming to be the first for a while there. I don't know how accurate that is, but apparently they were saying that was possible. That the WOC would have been the first radio station, but sad to see KQV go. And I meant to get a hold of Rush Limbaugh, because Rush Limbaugh was a DJ. I used to listen to Rush Limbaugh a long time ago, before he was ever a talk show host. He was a disc jockey. He was on KQV, and at that time he was known as Jeff Christie. I think he used to be on in the evening. And in the summer, I was able to hear him more because the station was stayed on. But in the fall and winter, when the time would change, you couldn't hear KQV after like 5 o'clock, because they would cut their signal to Beaver County at 6 o'clock. The outer suburbs of Pittsburgh couldn't hear KQV after like 5, 6 o'clock, depending on the year. And I could never really hear him, but if I understand, I think he used to be on in the evening on KQV. And if I would have been in Pittsburgh in the evening, I would have maybe had a chance to meet Rush. But anyway, well-remembered station, and they are in my heart as the first station that I broadcast, that I consider the reason for me wanting to do radio. It was KQV, and I'm saddened by the death of a friend, because that's what I felt like for a while when I heard the news. Because KQV was where a lot of my heroes were on. Chuck Brinkman, I know a lot of them. Chuck Brinkman, and I said Rush Limbaugh, and when he was Jeff Christie, there was like a Perry Marshall. I could name you a bunch of really good guys that were on that station, and incredible radio station, folks. Yeah, KDKA, but it'll still be the best. We had Jack Bogut, which a hero within himself. I mean, really, I like Jack Bogut. He was extraordinary, man. I don't know. I would have gathered that he would have been one of the best. But really good. Hey, coming up, I'll tell you what, we're going to be taking a break here in about maybe 17 minutes from now. And then after that, I'm going to do 45 minutes straight of non-stop talk. Now, that's where I get on the air, and I stay on the air for 45 minutes, and I don't take any kind of promo breaks. I don't do any breaks for news. I do some weather on the fives. I do the weather on the fives, but I do not take a break. And I leave it wide open for you to call in the show. Wide open. So if you want to listen, you want to get on and be on the show, now's the time. Get ready, because I'll start thinking about taking live phone calls. So if there's anybody out there listening to this podcast, beware, I'm going to be doing that. Meanwhile, I'm going to post this
Okay, posting that. Okay, that is on our matter of okay. Okay, I'm doing it right now. Okay. Okay, I'm posting that on Facebook right now, that question. What news story will 2017 be remembered for? So let's hope maybe we get some responses to that. And all around the Facebook page. And then I'm going to, like I said, take a break in about a few minutes here. And about 14 minutes. And then what we're going to do is come back and do 45 minutes of nonstop talk. And see what you think. That's a good question. What do you think 2017 is going to be remembered for? I think it could be many of things. One is the hurricane, the Atlantic hurricane season, the collusion thing with Donald Trump, some of the terrorist attacks that we've had, or like many. A lot of stuff going on with this racism stuff, So, and there was another story, I think now, I was listening to Todd Starnes on the Fox network before I started, and he was talking about a story, apparently, about this, and this is in Oregon. I'm wondering if, Rachel, you would know of this, where the baker, I guess a homosexual couple, went in and wanted them to bake a cake for their wedding. They refused, and now they're up. They're getting hammered on all sides, and this is what's happening. They're getting hammered on all sides now, and the couple said that they're doing detriment to their mental health because they won't bake their cake. I know, I'm a Christian person. I believe, like I said before, and I'm not going to say too much more about this because I lost listeners the last time I said this. The fact that homosexuality is a sin against God. It is a sin, but these people feel convicted if they're to make this cake for this homosexual wedding. And they have that right to feel convicted. So here's my suggestion here. Why don't they just have a bakery that caters to homosexuals? A bakery that just caters to them. Because see, if we're going to have this problem consistently, of every time we turn around, there's going to be an uproar over the fact that a Christian baker will not bake a cake for a homosexual wedding, that there's going to be, hell to pay by the baker because he doesn't bake that cake. The solution to the problem is just go ahead and have a bakery that caters to homosexuals, to gays. Let's just do that. Leave it be. If we're going to do that, let's just segregate it. Why make a fuss out of this? Why continue to do this. I mean, now this Christian. This of course is starting persecution of Christians. Okay, this is the start of it. This is the very, very beginning. Realize again that this is end times coming true. What you're seeing right now is end times coming true. You're seeing Christians get persecuted, and one of them is starting with this bakery. It's going to continue. There are other ways they're going to persecute us, because they say that we're Christians are hateful. We're not hateful. We're just calling your sin out. Because we love you. We hate the sin. You see? That has nothing to do with homophobic. We're just telling you that this lifestyle is against what Christ intended. Okay? It's all. That's all I'm going to say. The bakery should just be left alone. We need to stop this, because are we going to continue to do this to these people? This is sad. This is really, really sad to continue to persecute over this, but they're going to continue to do so, and it is a really sad situation there. This is the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online, the last show for 2017. If you want to be involved in it, love to hear from you. And if you are just tuning in, I'm going to check around the Spreaker site. I've only posted on one site so far, so I'm going to be going around other sites right now and seeing who is out there, and getting some listeners, and hoping maybe we do get listeners. Nothing on the first part so far, but hoping maybe perhaps we can get some listeners in the second part of our program as we get into the next part. You want to be part of the show? I'd love to hear from you. Give me a call on the Skype line at Gary.Russen. Now, in my first part, looks like it was in private. I forgot to do something when I went in on that, so I've got to change that and make that public. I don't know. I didn't realize it was in private, so I'm going to change it so that it goes into public view. But then I got to make sure that when I go into that next part, that my board is set to public. Let me check here. For some reason, I think I still had it in the private mode, didn't I? No. Why am I in the private mode on this one then? The first part was in private. And I'm going to check my board here and see, maybe perhaps I have it. No, I don't even have private checked. So why was my first part private? I don't get that. So I'm going to do something here real quick. Okay, wait a minute, no. Alright. I need to automatically and keep it in public form. Because I don't know why the first part was all of a sudden sitting there in private. No wonder I wasn't getting any listeners there. But I'm going to check it and see. I'm going to refresh that page. Okay, let me see now. Okay, first part's public. So anybody listen to the first part, welcome to it. You can listen to all the parts of this show. I'll make it available. I'm also available on my GJRB Spreaker public site. I'm also available on the Twitter So I'm the Radio Maniac on Twitter. So if you want to get there, you can do that as well. That is Gary.Russen on Skype. But if you want to get into Twitter and send me a message that way, you can listen live on Twitter. It's available there too. And all you got to do is just click that, and it'll unfold into a widget, and you can talk to me live there too. Other places that you can talk to me, and you're welcome to do so here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker across America. We're going to take a look at some more cities as we do weather on the 5. So let's do that right now. Take a look at some more places. Getting some of this cold weather. Boston, Massachusetts. You're 13 degrees above zero right now. 13 degrees above zero in Boston. It feels like -3 right now in Boston, Mass. No warnings in your area right now. You're clear on your radar. Some clouds, low around 6 degrees Fahrenheit, with winds out of the west-northwest at about 15 to 25 miles per hour. Winds west at 15. Your humidity is 50%. Your dew point's -2, and your barometric pressure. Wow, when your dew point's -2, oh boy, your barometric pressure is dropping 30.16 inches, and you have 10 miles of visibility. So you're really looking good at this point. That's good. Partly cloudy tonight. Expect a low of 6 degrees, and then tomorrow, 21 for a high. Well, that's going to be a little warmer than us even. 21 for a high, 20% precip, and partly sunny. For Saturday night, partly cloudy, 9 degrees, 20% chance of precip. Your best day is Sunday. 14 degrees, sunny. 0% chance of precipitation through Sunday night. But your Sunday night low under clear skies will be -1 degree below zero. So, still quite cold for you guys there in Boston, Massachusetts. Looking at that map. I was looking at the map earlier, and I was looking at there. Oh, man, I was saying that the I don't even know. I was trying to find the jet stream, but from what I could guess, that it's way down the map. The jet stream, I think, is probably over the south, because when the jet stream's in the south, it's pulling all that cold air out of the north, and that's where a lot of this cold weather is coming from, because a lot of that is pushing north, and it's making it really, really bad in the weather. So we're going to keep an eye on that forecast. Boston, Massachusetts, though, cold, snow on the ground. 18 degrees in Detroit, Michigan right now. Detroit. Let's take a look at you guys. Right now, 18 degrees. You have, it feels like 8. But the high, nothing. Low, 13. Wow. Looking at your winds out of the southwest at 7 miles per hour, your humidity is 67%, and your dew point is at 9 degrees. Your pressure 30.28 inches, and your visibility is 10 miles. So you're good. You're good there. And let's just take a look at your weather real quick before we close out here. Got about a little less than a minute, so we want to make this quick. Looking at right now, 13 degrees, variable clouds, snow showers, low 13, with the winds out of the west-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of snow, 50%, with snow accumulation less than 1 inch for people in Detroit, Michigan. 15 degrees for nighttime low and cloudy, 20% chance of precipitation for tomorrow. Tomorrow night, 2 degrees with 10% chance. And then Sunday, partly cloudy, partly sunny, which is 12 degrees, -1 for Sunday night. And that is weather on the fives this time. Weather on the fives at 25 and 55 minutes past the hour right here on GJRB Online. I'm Gary J. Russen. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the program today. The Gary Russen program on Spreaker across America and around the world. Wherever you're listening, hope you're tuning in to the fine talk we got here on GJRB Online, the Gary Russen program. And you can be a part of the show in this last, heading into the last hour. If you want to be part of the show, all you really got to do is just join in and put your 2 cents worth in. Love to hear from you. I want to be on the air. Just call me on Skype line, Gary.Russen, plain and simple, and you too can be part of the show. So tell you what we're going to be doing. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to be coming back. I got more of the Gary Russen program coming your way here on